You just got shitted on. For real. Just uninstall.
Hello, my friends, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. I hope you enjoyed my little montage there. It fits my topic of conversation for the night. Also, I included a picture of Eve just, to give you something to look at while I chat. I know I've talked about women in gaming before, and it's probably going to be one of those things that come up a number of times. There's a lot of things women do in gaming that really irritate me, mostly because I just want a game. I don't want to have to deal with listening to them complain about this, that, or the other, because most of the problems they complain about, they have caused themselves. There are, of course, a lot of things to be said about how certain men behave. There is a small subsection of humans, men and women, who are just absolute assholes and can't help themselves in any situation. But when it comes to women in gaming, you would think it would be a really simple conversation, right? That we should just game and everybody will get along. But of course it's not. Anytime you involve a woman in things, it always gets more complicated. We're not easy to handle. We're irrational, illogical, emotional. And unfortunately, men are actually programmed in many ways to account for that in their behaviors. So when you add a woman to a predominantly male space, you are always going to have a conflict. You are going to have those men out there who want to over sanitize everything and make it easier for the woman, make it so that they want to be there, so that it's open and welcoming and clean and shiny, so that the women come and grace them with their presence. And then you have the men who get upset because they have to deal with their friends doing this bullshit, who are, tiptoeing around these women who don't need to be here in the first place because, we were doing just fine without them. And then, of course, you have the men who are like, okay, whatever, women are here, cool. We're going to keep doing our thing, and hopefully they can roll with it. And the thing is it's really easy to take men in that second situation where they're resentful and unhappy that a woman's there and turn them into men in the third situation where, they're just like, whatever, it's another person, it's someone who's gaming, it's whatever. The ways to do that, for one, are not to egg them on and want that first type of man. If you are expecting every man to just go out of his way to accommodate you, you're not going to get that, nor do you deserve it. Unless you are sleeping with him or paying his bills, you should not expect a man to go out of his way to do anything for you, ever, because that's just not the way life works. Just as men shouldn't expect women to go out of their way to do things for them. It's nice when we do it for each other, but it is not something that is absolutely mandatory. So when you introduce a woman into the gaming space, if she doesn't go on and egg the men on because she wants that immediate capitulation to her, to what she wants to be catered to, she wants to be special. When she comes in and, for one, doesn't take the shit, it doesn't matter if you turn off the mics, if you ignore them, whatever. That's not the important thing. What's important is you come in and you display a desire to learn, or you display any kind of talent for what they're doing. If men can see that you're trying, for the most part, many will actually stop being the resentful type and turn into either the first or second type, where they want to help and sometimes help too much to their detriment, or they're just like, whatever, we might be able to get you more skilled so that you can be better in this. Of course, you still have the third type who just, they're assholes, but they'd be assholes no matter who you were. Those people, it doesn't matter if you're male, female, whatever, they're going to be mad that you're there because they're angry people. Angry people exist. Now, if a woman comes in and straight up shows up the men, you have two types of men. You have the assholes still, and then you have the men who are like, okay, this is cool, and then they'll just treat you like one of the guys. Now, a lot of women don't want to be treated like one of guys. They want to be treated like special little fairies or something. I don't know. I've never understood that. So it's really hard for me to understand exactly what they're expecting in terms of treatment. They still want to be the special person. All of this is set in the bubble of obviously competitive or group co-op gaming. And that actually, the whole dynamic there would actually not be too bad to figure out. But then you add streaming. Then you add social media. And then you add a new problem. You have the women who come in and decide, look at me, look at the titties, look at them dance, and while they dance, I will pretend to play this game, and then men will give me money. And unfortunately, that works. That does work. It is a thing that works. We could go into the morality and who's at fault for it working, but that's an entirely different conversation. The fact is women are manipulative. It's not something I'm saying to insult women. It is a mere statement of fact. Women manipulate to get what they want, to get their way. Some of them manipulate in cruel and malicious ways, and some of them manage to do it in a way that isn't necessarily bad for everybody around them. But it's still manipulation. There are many different types of manipulation. Not all of them are horrible, even though that word gets a very bad connotation. Because for the most part, when people acknowledge manipulation, it's the type that is to cause harm. So because women manipulate to gain power, gain money, gain whatever, when the breasts don't immediately bring all the boys to the yard, so to speak, then you have a situation where women look for a way to bring in more boys. And when you're when you're playing games and you're a woman who understands that men can be easily triggered into overprotective mode, you use those resentful men, those men who are angry that you just exist, that are angry really that anybody exists. And you run to Twitter, you run to wherever, and show your clips of, oh, this man was mean to me and he said these things. And I mean, just ignore the fact that I egged him on the whole time. Don't listen to the fact that I was saying, oh yeah, that's the best you got. Don't pay attention to the fact I'm like, well, I said any mean things that I said that I thought he was terrible and that he obviously he's not good in bed or anything like that. Just ignore all that, because obviously that has nothing to do with this. This is just the fact that this man was mean to me. And then you have, of course, again, multiple reactions. You have the people who react and, oh no, that's terrible. Men shouldn't do that. That's so sad. We should really do more for women in gaming. Then you have, my general reaction, which is, oh my God, shut the fuck up and grow up. Move on. If you don't like it, just do something else, because no one cares. Obviously, everybody cares. I care. You care. The idiots out there who have now seen her breasts plastered over and over again through retweets and everything else really care, because then they go and she gains more of a following. Now, that doesn't always work. It's not a foolproof method, but it is a method. It's a method that gets them more attention, and sometimes just the basic attention is what they want. They don't want any specialized attention. They just want generalized attention. And if they can convert even 2% of those thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of views into men who are giving them money, then they've won. That has become a positive for them. They are up in the game and they can go on and do it more. And there are so many out there now. I mean, in the example, you have that one woman who was talking about she just hates being a woman in gaming, how she hates being told that maybe if they didn't have a woman on their team, they'd be doing better. And that's not even, that one is such a cry for attention. Because honestly, if a man really doesn't want you there, he's going to say more than just that. It's going to be more than just, oh, you're a woman. And if you're upset because someone's just saying, oh, you're a woman, you really need to grow a thicker skin, honey. I mean, listen up, Buttercup. The fact is you are a woman. The best way to make a man shut up is to show him up, is to step up, lay it on the ground, and show him that you can do the thing he's complaining about. And if you can't do the thing he's complaining about, the fact you're a woman, you're right. The fact you're a woman isn't the problem. It's the fact that you suck. And if you suck, you can fix that. But you have to be willing to admit that you suck. You go out, you work on the skills, you come back, do a training montage or two, and then you kick his ass. Easy as. Or you can just complain. Or you can just complain and not actually fix anything. But the problem is there's really only one solution to the issue of women using their assets and manipulative tactics to irritate everybody and get themselves more money. And that is for people to stop reacting. Unfortunately, I have to live in the real world. Even I can't stop myself from reacting sometimes, no matter how much I don't want to. I will pass, once I see the same tweet 5 times, I will eventually say something, because I am so tired of these people. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. I just want to play my games. I will be honest, for the most part, I don't play co-op, or I definitely don't play competitive, because no one should be saddled with me. And I've said that before. But I do play some games, and I do play co-op games, and I do try to be an asset to my group at all times. I've played MMOs, and you have to be an asset there. I've spent a lot of time learning to DPS, to tank, and learning how to do it properly so that it didn't drag down my raid group or whatever. Practicing my rotation, trying to get into other groups so that I can practice where I'm standing. So the raid group on Saturday, we can do okay, and I won't fuck up because I'm like half a pixel off or something. Some of that shit. Anyway, but knowing that people won't stop reacting, that nobody really has the ability to not react, I do hope that by having these conversations, by saying these things, that at some point I can help decrease it slightly. I mean, that, maybe the next woman that crosses your timeline, you don't react to, and then maybe you do react to the next one. Or maybe you react in a different way that helps further the understanding that the way these people are acting, you're mad at the person, but you're doing it, the way you're reacting isn't because you hate women. It's because you hate having to deal with all the things that come with them, especially when they refuse to try to just play the game, when they want to play the manipulative games. It's one thing I dislike about most women, is that I'm not good at manipulative games. Look at my channel. The reason I am here is because I know some good people, and they're willing to shout me out, and for some reason you absolutely crazy people decide to hit the follow button, which is something I appreciate. I mean, yeah, my avatar has tits. What was I gonna do, not give her tits? But at the same time, you'll notice they're covered up. So I kind of try to draw the line in there somewhere. I'm not here to be anybody's waifu. I'm not here to ooh-woo for you. I'm not here to ara-ara. I don't do those things. I am here to participate and play the games and have the fun without being more of a drag on everybody around me, because that's not fun for me to be a drag. It's not fun if I know that what I'm doing is making everybody else have to change what they do. And it's annoying knowing that the way to fix the biggest problems we have is to just ignore the people that are causing them, but not have the strength of will to ignore them all the time. Some of them are just going to slide through. It's just the way it is. But these women, the e-thoughts or whatever you want to call them, they ruin gaming, not just for men. They ruin gaming for women too. They do an amazing job at it. I am not here to try to make you like women. I am not here to try to make you think women need to be in gaming. My goal is to make it so that I can keep playing games, whether you want me to or not. And make it so that there are less women who are causing me problems. Because I'm selfish. This is all about me. It's my channel after all. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notifications. If you really liked it, you can feel free to share it around, and I will catch you later.